So in this course, we are currently talking about web, spatial, text, sequence and temporal mining. In our previous video, we have covered what is web mining, what is text mining, what is spatial mining, what is sequence mining, etc. In this video, we are going to talk about the temporal mining. So very briefly, let us discuss what is temporal mining. So temporal data mining is the non-trivial extraction of implicit, potentially useful, hidden information with an implicit and explicit temporal content from huge data. So we are going to data mining. We know that it is the extraction of implicit, potentially useful and hidden information from a huge amount of data. But temporal data mining is also going to extract this kind of information, but it is associated with the temporal content. That is the difference between simple data mining and the temporal data mining. So temporal data mining, I can say it is a branch of data mining. Here the information mining is based on the temporal content. For example, in terms of association rule mining, we have come across this kind of rules can be derived. Any person who buys a car also buys car accessories. So this kind of association rule can be derived by using association rule mining. Whereas in terms of temporal data mining, the same rule will be redefined as any person who buys a car also buys car accessories after that. This is what we mean by the temporal content. So here it is not simply retrieving the information. When it is retrieving or extracting the information, it is based on the temporal content. So here when I am deriving a rule, this rule is based on a particular temporal content such as after that. So whoever a person buys a car also buys car accessories after that. So after buying a car, he also buys car accessories. So this kind of after that, during, before, on, at, these are all the terms that refer the temporal information in a data. So temporal data mining refers to the extraction of implicit, non-trivial and potentially useful abstract information from large collections of temporal data. Now when I say temporal data, the temporal data are sequences of primary data types, most commonly numerical or categorical values. When I say numerical, you can specify that at 10 o'clock or at 12 p.m. this particular event, earthquake happened in China at 12 p.m. on 3/5/2020. So this is what you call as numerical values. So sequence of primary data types, most commonly numerical values. So numerical values that refers a time is what you call as temporal data. So at 10 p.m., at 10:10 p.m. or at 10:15 a.m. So this is what we call as numerical values. Whereas categorical values are something like these terms, right? During 2019, during academic year, during the financial year. So like that, if you have after this particular period, so after the election, after releasing this particular movie, this is what we call as categorical value. And temporal data are also sometimes multivariate or composite information, right? Composite information like the census taken during 2019. So that means during is a categorical value, 2019 is a numerical value. So 2019 specifies the year, in which particular year. So that exactly gives you the numerical value. But when I say during, so it may be during this year. So it may be on January, February, March, April, in whichever month or in whichever day can be. So that is what we call as multivariate or composite information. So these are some of the examples of temporal data: regular time series or event sequences, medical records, weblog data, stock data, temporal database, relationship with time-stamped tuples, databases with versioning. All these things can be called as examples of temporal data which can be taken for data mining. Now these are the different types of temporal data available. These are the examples of temporal data. Let us see them one by one. The different types of temporal data are: it can be static or ordered sequence of events, or time stamped, or fully temporal. These are the 4 different types of temporal data. What do you mean by static? Any data which is free of any temporal data is what we call as static temporal data, right? So it will not have any temporal data, and the output also, like the inferences, right? Whatever is inferred from this static data also free of any temporality, right? So that the output or the inferences or the information extracted from this data will also be free of the temporal data. So there is no temporal data specified here, then you call it a static, right? 4 different levels, I can call them as 4 different levels. So initial level will be no data available, no temporal information available in the data. Then the second one is ordered sequence of events. Here no explicit reference to time, like quantitative temporal relationship is not given. As I told you, this event happened at 10 p.m. So that is the explicit reference to the time. So this kind of at exact timing is not given in the ordered sequence of events. But it contains qualitative relationship that specify the sequence of events. How? Say for example, this particular event happened after the event. Most collections are often limited to the sequence relationships before and after. So this kind of category is what we call as ordered sequence of events. Or we can say that like if suppose a supermarket and a restaurant is located nearby, those who come to purchase items from the supermarket will be visiting the restaurant after the shopping. This kind of information is what you call as ordered sequence of events. So if you have this kind of data, so those who shop in the supermarket will visit the restaurant after shopping. So after shopping is the temporal information available in the data, which is a qualitative relationship. Kindly correct the spelling here. It is qualitative. 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 It is not quantitative. This is quantitative. This is qualitative. So ordered sequence of events will contain the temporal data without any explicit reference, without any quantitative temporal information. Instead, it will contain qualitative relationship. So kindly correct the spelling here. It is quantitative and this is qualitative. And the third type of temporal data is time-stamped one. So in this category, the information is explicit. Temporal information is explicit. Say for example, the patient's data contains the date and time of admission and discharge, or the customers to the hotel, right? The hotel data contains the date and time of check-in and check-out of a particular customer. This kind of data is what we call as time-stamped temporal data. And the last type is what we call as fully temporal. Here the validity of the data element is time dependent. That is, census data contains the time of recording the data. So if you take the census data, whether the census data refers to the current period. So the validity of the data is depending on the time period, right? So the census data always will record the time of census taken, correct? So suppose if you want to find out the information about a particular leader or so, and when you take the census data, in the census data you can understand whether the person is alive or not now, or whether a particular region is having the same population or not during the current period also. It is all depending on the census taken during a particular period. So the validity of the data is completely depending on the period when the census is taken. So if you want to find out whether the population of Kerala state is equal to this much, whether it is valid or not depends on the time of census taken. That is what we call as fully temporal. So നമ്മൾ 2019 ഇല്ല population വേറെ ആയിരിക്കും. 2019 സെൻസസ് പറയുന്ന കേരള സ്റ്റേറ്റിൻ്റെ പോപ്പുലേഷൻ ഈസ് ദിസ് മച്ച്. 2020 സെൻസസ് പറയുന്നത് കേരള സ്റ്റേറ്റിൻ്റെ പോപ്പുലേഷൻ ഇസ് ദിസ് മച്ച്. അപ്പോൾ പോപ്പുലേഷൻ്റെ വാലിഡിറ്റി ഈസ് ഡിപ്പെൻഡിങ് ഓൺ ദ ടൈം, റൈറ്റ്? സോ ദി ഇപ്പോൾ സപ്പോസ് ഒരു 2 crore or 2 crore is the population of Kerala state in 2019. 2.5 crore is the population of Kerala state in 2020. ഇപ്പോൾ കേരള സ്റ്റേറ്റിൻ്റെ പോപ്പുലേഷൻ എന്താണെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളിപ്പോൾ കറണ്ട് ഇയറിൻ്റെ പോപ്പുലേഷനാണ് നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ പറയേണ്ടത്. അപ്പോൾ 2.5 ആണ് കറക്റ്റ് ഡേറ്റ or valid data, because the validity of this data depends on the time period. So this kind of data is what we call as fully temporal. So these are the 4 different types of temporal data available on which the data mining tasks can be done, right? So we have seen what is temporal data mining and some of the examples we have seen, and then we have seen what are the different types of temporal data available, because temporal data mining is done on the temporal data, or we can say the data mining is based on the temporal content. So this is the example, right? Ordered sequence of events nu parnittundengal this kind of information. Say one person gets out of the bed during this period. He is in the corridor 10 minutes later. He is in the bathroom 1 minute later. He is in the corridor 10 to 15 minutes later. He is in the kitchen 1 minute later, like that, right? So this is not having a specific time, but instead it gives you the time content or temporal content with before, later, during, 7 to 8, like this, right? So this is what we call as ordered sequence of events. Whereas time stamped എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ you can see here at what time this transaction happened, at what time this transaction happened, right? Or at what time Ali and John are having this particular salary. So David is having this salary during this period, right? So this can also be called as fully temporal also. This can also be called as fully temporal. For example, if I ask what is the salary of David, David's salary 20,000 only in this time period, right? It may be a different salary after this period or before the period. So the validity, if you want to check, then we call it as fully temporal data. So these are the different types of temporal data. So since I have this many types of temporal data, obviously different data mining tasks will also be there. So these are the temporal data mining tasks available. One is temporal association, the other one is temporal clustering, temporal characterization or classification, trend analysis and sequence analysis. These are the different temporal data mining tasks. Obviously, we have already seen association, clustering, classification. These are the different techniques of data mining. But if these techniques are done with reference to the temporal content, then it becomes temporal association, temporal clustering and temporal classification. Let us see what is temporal association. It is nothing but finding the temporal association between non-temporal item set. For example, if you are going to derive a rule something like this, 70% of the readers who buy DBMS textbook also buy data mining textbook after 4th semester. So after 4th semester is a temporal content. Based on this content, you have derived an association rule. So I call it as temporal association. And you can see here the association between non-temporal item sets. Buying DBMS book and buying data mining book is non-temporal item set. So the association between them is derived based on the temporal content. So we call it as temporal association. Other one is temporal clustering. It is something like grouping. We know that clustering is nothing but grouping. So we are going to identify set of people who go for walk in the morning, or set of people who go for walk in the evening, or set of people who go for a walk during the vacation. So during the vacation, morning time, evening time, these are all time content or temporal content. So based on that content, you are going to cluster the people. Or net surfing based on mouse click, right? So you take the mouse click time, right? At what time the mouse is clicked in the website. So that will be taken so that you can understand how an user is navigating in a website, or how a user is interacting with the website. The interaction pattern can be identified based on the time of mouse click events. So this is another temporal cluster. Another data mining task is what we call as temporal classification. So here in the classification, we have already seen decision tree is one of the classification technique. So decision tree can be constructed based on the time factor, then we call it as temporal classification. Then another temporal data mining task is trend analysis or sequence analysis. So one or more time series of continuous data show similar trends, or events occurring at different points of time can be specified in the trend analysis. But say for example, what is the trend of admission happened in an university for the past 10 years, right? So you will take all the admission records, and all these admission records will have the temporal content, and based on the temporal content you can analyze what is the trend of admission in a particular university, a trend of admission for a particular course that happened over 10 years. These are the things that will be done using trend analysis and sequence analysis. So for discovering these kind of relationships, sequence of events must be analyzed and some common patterns will be analyzed here. Sequence of patterns and common patterns will be analyzed, which will help in using the trend analysis or sequence analysis techniques. Okay, so that is why we can also say the temporal data mining uses sequence mining also. Suppose if you want to do the sequence analysis is completely based on the temporal content. So obviously sequence mining is a technique, a data mining technique that uses both sequence analysis and temporal data mining, right? So that's it about what is temporal data mining. So we have very briefly discussed what is temporal data mining, right? So we have just seen the definition of temporal data mining. Then we have seen what are the different types of temporal data, and then what are the different temporal data mining tasks happening on the temporal data. Okay, so with that we are completing the different types of data mining: web mining, text mining, spatial and temporal data mining. Thank you.